we will be putting on an MST turbo inlet pipe on my N20. It comes in 2 pieces so you can access this bolt easier. It's really nice. Part of the reason I spent the extra money on it. Comes with 2 hose clamps. All right, so I already have an intake. So the first things we gotta do is we gotta pop this off, take this, I'm pretty sure it's a 10mm off, and then pop this off. Then we can take this whole thing out after there's one little screw down here. Just gotta undo that, it's a hose clamp. And I will do that in just a second. Alright, so now we're just gonna take this 10mm, loosen that, pop that off, and then literally it's just you pop this off this little like grommet thing here. Then there's that. I put it right there. And you just loosen that, and then you'll be able to pop this all off along with this one too. Then you have to pop this off. I'll show you an easy way to get that off too. Real easy way to get this off is there is a little lever on the back side of here that you just pull up and you pop off. Just like that. Then all we have left is just to loosen that hose clamp right there. And then we'll be able to pop this off. Okay, now all we have to do, there is one hose clamp right there. Loosen that. This part will pop off. And then normally there is a cable. I don't have it on here, which it hangs right here because there's nothing for it to hang on to on this one. I also recommend taking the PCV hose off because the last time I did the turbo inlet, I wound up snapping both this and snapped it right here, which really sucked. These are pretty easy to get off. There's this one. Then there's 2 of these. All I have to do is push these on each side. Okay, so you push this in, this comes off, this little connector. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this whole PCV hose off because I do not want to risk snapping it again because it was like 65 bucks, 70 bucks, something like that. So then all we have to do is pop this off. There's 2 places. Pretty much pop here. All I have to do is just find the right spot. Okay, and then on the other side too, normally there's a right there. Okay, and then this comes just off real simple. And you can take this off too. This literally just pops off like that. I'm just gonna set it off to the side. Then there is 2 tabs at the top. Pop these to the side, and that will just make it loose. There is this. Push these in, and you just pull it up. Easy as that. You'll want to replace this if this O-ring is loose. Otherwise, it's going to snap either this piece, if you have a plastic one, or it's just going to be a pain to get in. Really big pain. All you have to do is pop this bottom one off, just like that. Okay, so next there is a bolt back there at the bottom. It is what I'm using is a 10mm with an extension. You go in, you kind of got to go under it, and then it just you'll feel it. You'll get that 10mm nut off, and you'll be able to just pull that inlet right out. That's what the inlet looks like. there's this 10mm nut. It just goes on the back just like that. Okay, now we'll put this on. It goes just like this. You want to make sure you get that thread right through that hole right there. That way you can get the nut on. Okay, so this is what it looks like on. Then I will take that and I will tighten that nut back there. It's really hard to see. I did kind of fight getting that on a little bit, just so you guys get that too if you have a little struggle. Took a little oomph. This, stick down there. So next, you'll want to take this piece with the smaller, there comes two sizes. You want to take the smaller one, and this will go right on here like that. You want to slip that over that aluminum piece you just put in there, and then give this a little ugga-dugga. Okay, so I think I'm going to put this hose clamp facing upwards when it's on there. Otherwise, it might be kind of hard to get at because you can see that pipe right there. So I think I'm gonna put it facing up. Okay, make sure that you go far enough on there where this thing can easily reach. Okay, so I didn't wind up showing you, but I just wound up taking this one off. And you pop these back on. Actually, yeah. You just pop it on there. It's really simple. Then what you want to do is take your PCV hose. Okay, so I got this on. This is the hardest part. Once you get this on, it's a breeze. I'm trying to get this back on. This is a little bit of a pain too. But once you get that back on, everything goes easy from there. Okay, so after fighting with it, I got this back on. Both clips are on. Then we're gonna take the pipe that goes into here and that larger hose clamp. Put that hose clamp on. I put the thing right where it was before, and I'll show you that. I recommend doing it in 2 separate steps. This one first. Put this back on. And once that's back on, you can pop those pieces back into place. These 2 little poppets, you literally just get that in place. You're gonna have to pop it even more. One side is going to probably be easier than the other. You might have to mess with it to get it back in. Once you do, it goes in. Once those are in, you can grab your intake and then you can just slide that back over that tube. I recommend getting a hand on there. Make sure you get it all the way in. Then you grab your screwdriver, tighten that hose driver or hose clamp. Be crazy stupid tight, but needs to be tight enough where you won't have any leak. And I'm gonna get that back into place where it was. Grab your clip, get that back in, make sure it clicks, then grab your 2 10mm bolts from the one washer, put that back on there. You can get that threaded, and then put the other one back over here, grab that. Then take your, I left it on, your 10mm. You want to pull that over where you want it. Tighten that back up. Doesn't need to be stupid tight, just tight enough. Same with this one, just get it tight. Once that's on there, she's all sturdy. You take this piece, slide that back on. It's kind of a pain, but okay, then we'll start it up and check for any leaks. Do not feel any leaks. Overall, this installation was really easy. It is a lot easier than some of the other ones I had done. So far, it's one of those mods that you want to do. It doesn't do you much, but it does prevent further problems. It's a preventative mod. It might make it sound like the turbo sound a little different. I'm not completely sure, but all I know is the stock one will crack and break. I had already replaced this once, so it was pretty simple for me. If you're wondering what else I've done to the car, I will show you. So I have the intake, now have the MST turbo inlet. I also have a GFB diverter valve, hardest install by far. Don't recommend it. Also have a VRSF downpipe, if you can see, and the carbon mirror caps.